Give me blood, I will give you freedom. तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. This was the big slogan of the Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. But what has happened with regard to his mystery during his death? Many have speculated, did he really die in an airplane crash in 1945 in Taiwan? Joining me now from Taiwan is Suvam Pal. Suvam has got us that details and precisely his team leading that investigation as well. Suvam, do give us some of the findings that you've been able to manage with that investigation. What did the team find? What it did not find? And have we been able to reach any closer to finally putting an end to that mystery around his death?
Yes, Pooja. I mean, basically what we have found, the most startling fact and startling information we have found is the, in a probe report on Netaji's alleged or reported death by the Taiwanese government, or precisely the Taiwan Police Department in 1956. So this was done at the epicenter of the so-called air crash. But quite curiously and unfortunately and surprisingly, this report was never mentioned in any of the Indian commission's reports, including the Khosla Commission of 1970 and the Mukherjee Commission of 2005. So this is quite interesting and intriguing because the Mukherjee Commission did mention about a mail which was sent to Netaji researcher Mr. Anuj Dhar from Taiwan government. It's like a few lines of a mail that yes, we are finding it, something like that. But the Mukherjee Commission didn't bother to access this report by the Taiwanese government, Taiwan police, which clearly says that they failed to find that Netaji died in the air crash in Taiwan in 1945. So the official Taiwan government document says so, but the Indian two commissions, they failed to access the document. And moreover, like we have accessed the crematorium records during the Japanese occupied Taiwan when Netaji died on 22nd August 1945. So the crematorium records of that day. And it's not a single crematorium. All the crematoriums across Taiwan, they're known as Formosa. All the crematorium records, which is meticulously registered or written by the Japanese authorities in those days, have no mention of Netaji, and the supposed crematorium where he was cremated had on that day, as per the register, only one cremation, and that too was of a Japanese individual called Ichiro Okura. And if you ask me, that may be a fictitious name, but actually, you can see that entire details about that person, about the person, Ichiro Okura, where he was born, what is his Japanese residential address, and he was a part-timer in the army, Japanese army.
So there's no connection to Subhas Chandra Bose in any way. So my second question is for our viewers to help understand that which are the locations that the team has gone to, because we understand that over the past few days, the team has traveled to different areas, and whether it's museums, archives, and other locations. Can you give us a background of the effort that was put in to try and get out some of these records?
Yes, I mean, we have visited all the locations, and I can tell you that most of these locations are not even, you can find those locations related to Netaji in Google search also. Like, for example, the crematorium where he was cremated. It's, I mean, that crematorium no longer exists. It's a public park. It's called Linsen Park in the heart of Taipei. That used to be a crematorium during the Japanese era, but later it was converted into a public space. So we went to Linsen Park, which has got no mention in any of the Google searches. I mean, I can assure you that. And then we went to the National Archives, Historic Archives in Taiwan. And the Taiwanese government has been extremely helpful. That's more important. They have never prohibited anybody from accessing these files. So that's why I said, like, why these files were lying idle for such a long time, so many decades, whereas Taiwan government is ready to give it, to share it with anybody and everybody. So my colleague, I would say, and Saurabh Dangar, who has gone to the archive, National Archives of Taiwan, so he accessed that documents of the 1956 probe by the Taiwanese police. So he didn't find any difficulties in accessing the file, and anybody can access that file from the archives. So this is another
So if
location.
these files were so easily accessible, should it have put to rest completely about any mystery around? Shubham Pal and the team, thank you so much for getting us that investigation details. Through the day on India Today, we'll be running the report, the findings, and what exactly has been answered through some of that investigation that's been done as well.